Hello and welcome back one and all to the Tyrion Immortal Empires campaign playthrough. Chilling out after we have finally secured all of Ulthuan. And we have invaded, or begun the invasion, I guess, against the drowned Silostra Deerfun. However, she has been having some issues. It looks like she's practically been wiped out by Harganeth over here, the Dark Elves, as well as some Wood Elves, and I just noticed there was originally a different faction here. I guess they confederated. Yeah, okay, well. Faction destroyed, okay. I don't think that faction was, like, wiped out through war. I think they confederated. Anyway. The only settlement left for the Vanaheimlings are over here. They've completely lost Albion, it looks like. I don't know whether or not that was lost to Bretonnia or to the Wood Elves. I'm guessing it's to Bretonnia. They frequently invade Norska. Although the Wood Elves do invade everyone, so it could be them as well. However, it looks like he's gonna just be chilling down here. It looks like Marathi may be the next biggest issue. We still have Mother Ostankia to our left. She's still alive, playing Kislev right there. So, at the moment, there's a little bit of a buffer. It's really all of this that I'm worried about right now. Because this is all just Dark Elf, Chaos, Norska. There are some dwarves back there. I don't know if he's alive, though. Bretonians sailing around in the water. Really, it's really going to pop off once Crone decides war, pretty much. So I'm kind of just more or less chilling with my armies, getting some replenishment up and going with these two.
Tyrion, heir of Anarion, setting forth.
I may want to be the one to start this war just so that I can get a bit of a head start in taking her territories and battering down her armies, rather than having her declare war on me and start an invasion of Black Arcs or whatever.
High Mage.
The settlement does actually now have increasing public order. That's
there
good.
I must go. Led by the winds. Trained by the White Tower.
And this capital can be upgraded.
I see the winds. High
You still have public
elven
order. Yay,
archmage.
thank you. Alright, now if I leave the entire province...
True magic guides me.
No, actually that stays positive. Okay.
Asor
So-
sorcerer. The maiden's
In that case, you're going to march
benediction.
over here back to Ulthuan and prepare to recruit. Now that that settlement is saved from public order, we'll be fine there. Any building upgrades? No. Building upgrades? Nope. Alrighty then. Simple enough. The other lords we have are just
Hoef's
defending against rebellions, essentially. You can see that +5, so hopefully that'll remedy public order there. Check out diplomacy. Non-aggression with the Wood Elves. You have 6 territories. This is your forest here, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. You're only at war with the drowned. Alright.
On behalf of the
I will
Mage
actually do
Queen,
this,
You are welcome.
just because that's also gonna be one less, or at least hopefully less likely to be an enemy once Malekith decides to start looking in our direction. And that's it for the quick deals. Okay. Nobody else wants to make an agreement. Bretonnia, why do you have a stick up your butt? Stupid Frenchman. Alright, well he's just got issues, I guess. Because he's got nothing better to do. Is really all of the Empire just that secure right now? You guys took out all the threats over here in the Empire. I thought I saw Festus was still alive. Yeah, Festus is still alive. And if not, then Norska is up here, so... Lewin, you definitely got other stuff to worry about. Reichland. You're also not liking me as much. Why? Just for no reason? You're at war with Molder. Has Kislev fallen, I wonder? Can't see any traces of corruption here. Alright.
I
Well,
will hear what you have to say.
we're gonna go ahead and sign this agreement so that we have some agreement with him at least. The Dread Fleet. Still at war with Tyrion. Oh my goodness. Mazda Mundi. Okay. Let's take a look at that settlement. If you capture Galleon's Graveyard, does not look like it. I thought that there was a landmark here that makes you immune to all sorts of ocean attrition, like deep seas, storms, and reef and stuff like that. I thought that you would get immunity to all that corruption or attrition rather, if you occupy the settlement. But I guess not. So, in that case, there's, in my mind, no reason to take Galleon's Graveyard. It's a bad settlement for me. So, if he ever decides to declare war on me, if he ever thinks Mazda Mundi is not threatening enough, then we'll just go wipe him out and raise the settlement. We won't leave it standing. In the meantime, just gonna be building up the defenses, building tall so that our armies can
I
be
sense what you
nice
have
and
to
scary.
say will not
Is this
please
already happening? Yep, it is. Okay. Well, that did not take long, did it? We encountered him last turn. This turn we are at war. Makes sense. Looks like I'm not going to be staging my war against Harganeth. Although I may want to start wars with both of them, frankly. It'll be really bad, just because I've only got 2 armies up here. But at the same time... Okay, they united against us. Wait, what? High Grief, that's not you. High Grief is Mal's Darkblade up there. Confederation... Foreign trespasser. Really? How did you get on the island? I realize he's a lizard, so maybe slightly amphibious. These are not lizards. What is this army? Lizardmen and chaos? That's not a combination that would happen.
We have much
That was
to
not the
discuss.
faction I meant to click on. Where is the rogue army? You.
You may approach.
Yes, I had defensive alliances with all the other high elves, so Malekith is also at war with everybody.
Fahoe! Full speed, Azor.
I'm gonna run you back a little bit faster now because we do in fact have a war on the horizon. It's actually not on the horizon, it's here. You can see all 3 of them right there. Hey look, it's Malekith! You piece of dirt.
Ready for orders. You need me?
What's your replenishment? Okay, so this is gonna take 2 turns to be ready.
Shield against the darkness. Ambush.
Alright. We're gonna have to save this, I think, because this may go badly.
Ever loyal.
Fire.
Defender of Ulfwa.
My visions predict failure.
Yeah. It's just all of the dark shards.
Her servant.
There's no way to get out of damage from dark shards because
What is
they
this
are armor
foolishness?
piercing though, so.
Protector of the Everqueen.
I'm really debating if I want to try to hold the bridge or if I want to run back to the settlement. I did just
Into
give it a
position.
save though, so we'll hold the bridge for 1 turn
goddess
at least,
forbids
maybe
it.
1 army. Get ready. Alright. We're all set now.
How can I assist you? Moving off. Setting up
stay
garrison.
in the settlement because I want the
At your
replenishment. I
service.
just didn't want to see the move order. Garrison Lord
A
not moved.
reckoning. Destiny lies there.
You know what?
Drop anchor.
I kind of need your assistance at the moment, so I'm just gonna sail you across. Got a couple more spears in one turn. Could get. I only have 3 more units actually that I can hold capacity for. 4 out of 4 allied units, so I can't do anything else there. Alrighty. In that case, probably just gonna fill them out with the rest of archers. Yeah, I can't get any cavalry or fast movers in one turn. I was gonna say, how did I recruit these units? I don't see them in my global pool. It's because they're allied recruitment.
Pure
Flag.
magic.
Alright. So,
Lethal grace given form.
yeah, I'm gonna hold off on upgrading that settlement now, though, just because I don't know if I'll get to hold on to it. I may end up getting pushed out of that continent.
Scholar supreme. Toward power.
Building upgrade. Yep, I know about it. Outpost. Alright, let's see what Malekith does. Do I get the ambush?
The Druki are no threat.
There's also a bridge right there, so they could completely avoid Tyrion. They did not. However, it looks like it's just a single fight. Okay. Level 26. He has outmatched me by 3 levels. It looks like he's gotten all of his equipment as well. The AI doesn't have to do anything special to get its equipment, though, so once the AI reaches the level that you're supposed to unlock the equipment, it just gets it. Okay, so I'm definitely going to get hit with quite a few of these. Alright. Well, it's not like. Well, actually, we might be able to make that work. I do have 3 cavalry units, so I mean technically 5, I guess, if you include the flying units. 5 flanking forces total, I guess. Only 3 cav. However, I'm really worried about bringing any of the flyers into range of the dark shards because they're just gonna get ripped apart. That was the wrong unit. You. Okay, I guess that's the barrier. Yeah, that's the barrier. That's the barrier for the rocks. Okay. You know. Yeah, no, actually, I was gonna say I might have the white lions over here as part of the flank as well. I think I will actually, or maybe I'll only put one of them over there. I don't really have to worry about being flanked by Cav. I've only got 1 chariot, and it is a hybrid chariot, so AI will try to use it as a missile unit first. Sit back there. I just don't want him getting hit with any arrows that come up from the top. Alright. Cavalry. You three are going to be chilling over here, running out for the flank on around. And you have one unit, just in case any spears or something goes that way.
The Asa do not forget, and we never forgive.
There we go. Alright, you are on a chariot. And you're on a horse. Okay, Tyrion. You do not have a strong chance against Malekith. Okay, well, oh yeah, and Malekith is on a dragon. Malekith is on a dragon. I'm just gonna have to hope that he attacks one of the single entities, and then I can pepper him with all my arrows. What is that? Oh, fantastic. You're using a damaging spell on your black guard. You can see that is actually going to chip away at their health. It does increase the reserves per magic, so he's going to have more doom bolts and fire. Where's your caster? Your caster is also flying. Okay. Alright, that, however, is going to be easy to deal with. I can just have an eagle run her out of the map. The AI is in fact attacking me here, so I could play defensively. Over there looks to be a good blob right there. Okay, now they're moving.
Forward.
Yeah. Alright.
Following Ethra.
Really, the lions can't beat the chariot?
It shall be done. Loyal without.
Launched a fireball at my spearman.
Ulfwan Mage. Menlui! Araya Menlui!
And another fireball.
Awaiting orders. Setting forth. Seeking the foe. Ephua, bend to my will. Going.
Sword of the Asur. Onward. Acknowledged.
Do you have a black arc in the area?
Without fail.
Nope, that's a drop. I'm sorry, why are all those shots missing? Missile resistance is 35. All of those shots that came through, what is that?
Enemy mages. Pull back.
What the fuck was that? Like, they all got off at least two volleys, for sure. Now, I know that my archers, unlike the Dark Shards, do not have armor piercing. And he has 127 armor. But 2 volleys from literally every single unit I have should have been more than what? Like, 1,000 damage? And this had already engaged in combat, of course. Yeah. Just all the blobs from their magic. It's just I'm debating on either restarting this battle or just completely relinquishing to the save that I previously made, because this is like, if it's taking them this long to even deal damage to Malekith, like I need them to actually be capable and do damage to the entire army. So look, you can see the single volley that came in on Tyrion. Alright? Now Tyrion actually has almost as much armor as Malekith. And they have armor piercing. So that armor is doing less. The one volley from one unit dealt that much damage. Okay? One volley. 2 volleys from what? Like 7 units here? Yeah, and then combined with the damage that he can put out in melee. What are these archers doing?
By the maid of challenges!
Alright. Yeah, well, we can deal damage. However, that's... if breaking Malekith is the only option that I have, I don't have any units in my... like, I don't... Okay, now, it has been a very long time since I've last played High Elves. And this is another little gripe that I do have with High Elves, is the light archers, and then they have the other archers. One of them, like, they do the exact same fucking thing. They're just more expensive. One of them is supposed to be armor piercing. These are supposed to be armor piercing, or have more armor piercing. Anyway, than a normal unit. What is your value? Armor piercing is only 3. Really? I don't know when that change was made, but it has made these high elves essentially useless. Or maybe that's what SFO does. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. SFO actually makes those elves useful. Because there's light armor, and then there's no armor, or there's... I don't know, there's 2 kinds of base archers for... base range units for high elves.
Shield against the darkness.
You got these guys, which are apparently shit.
I serve the king.
I thought that they had armor piercing, and
High
these guys.
elven archmage.
They also have 3 armor piercing. 126,
Can I offer assistance?
139. What is
Child's
different
play.
about you? 180 range?
Lord of Oath.
180 range? Okay, so yeah. It's probably SFO that gives these units an actual purpose.
Magic's unleashed.
Or, okay, hang on, no, I think... Alright, 1715. 1715. These guys also have quite a bit of experience. These guys are ranked 7, so they have even more experience.
High mage.
Yeah.
How can I assist?
What the fuck is the point of these archers? Alright, well,
We shall not
I
rest.
apparently need units that can deal damage, and I don't have any of those, so I'm gonna go back
I
home.
go.
I'm kinda tempted to just abandon it. I can gain 3,000, I guess.
Waste my time.
Otherwise, it's just gonna get taken by them, so. Alright. That's really upsetting. If I do that in the same time as these, will I get all of the money? Or will I just get the 3k from demolishing the settlement? Or from abandoning it? I don't know. But apparently I need to recruit some good units.
Lethal
You
grace
can get the
even
fuck out of
for
my army.
Tyrion, heir of Anarion.
Trained by the White Tower. Magic in purest form.
Start getting some sisters because they are actual capable archers. I think this is another reason why I played Alfarion for vanilla, because
High
the
elven
Mistwalkers, they actually deal armor piercing damage. You know, they're actually useful archers.
High elven
And you can
archmage.
upgrade them. Like, they have different, one of them has better anti-infantry stats. It's actually a decent, like, melee unit.
Infused by
One of them
Horace's
has absurd
wisdom.
range. The Mistwalker units are absolutely great. Regular high elf units, fucking waste of time. That's probably the biggest challenge players have playing high elves. Oh, really? Guess what? More dark elves are coming. Well, this is a problematic episode.
I am quick to anger and slow to forgive.
I don't care. You're gonna be dead. You literally have 2 legendary lords on your doorstep.
Sin calls me.
Is he being sieged? No. He's still recruiting. Orion and Lewin are both at war with that man.
Shield against the darkness. It shall be done. Prince, I will see to it.
Assur sorcerer.
Ready to serve. Going ashore.
Not trying to
Land
merge
the
units, I'm
horde.
just trying to get your stupid face on
Anchors
land,
away.
dude. Get the fuck over there. Please. Oh yes, and because this is a red territory, I don't get any
Lilith,
bloody
hear my
replenishment.
prayer. Ready to march. Entering the garrison.
This territory is so nice to live on. The fuck is that?
Moving off.
Get more replenishment
service.
for just existing in my friend's territory.
I will continue soon.
I bring Azurion's fire.
I see the wind.
You might be able to tell that I'm agitated, but trust me, you can't tell how
Master of
agitated I
high
am.
magic.
This is very, very
Limitless
ridiculous.
The Archmage marches.
Just having... Like, having 2 variants of units that do the exact
Master
same
of
fucking thing. What is the point of it? Base stats 16, 18, 24 strength. 16, 14, 24 strength. The only fucking difference is 4% is a difference of 4 for the melee defense. That's it. The good armor or light armor, okay. I'm glad it doesn't say good armor. The light armor only adds in 4 melee defense. That is it. Takes them from 25 armor to 50 armor. But the missiles are the exact same. It's still the exact same archer unit. Yeah, this is, yeah, SFO. SFO definitely makes the high elves enjoyable. I don't know, like I said, I played them
wield
once,
the winds.
I played his campaign, and I enjoyed that. No other high elf campaign have I enjoyed. I did play a few others, but I never actually really got into it. You might be able to guess why. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. We lost the money we put into that. I don't normally use the Shrine of Cain, or the Sword of Cain, but maybe I will. Just for Malekith. You're not even gonna let me abandon it. Okay. He's got 4 armies right there. Like, if I have no way of dealing with Malekith,
What brings you here?
this campaign is over. It's really pathetic. Like, your ultimate nemesis over here.
Prince of Elfwan.
Alright. Marathi's at war with that coast. Yeah, this is just... Alright. Well, I suppose we'll see if the island can survive. Everybody wants a piece of my donut. If this doesn't go well, then I'll start an Altharian campaign and show you guys how playing the High Elves is actually fun.
Your orders.
Because it is fun, I promise. Playing the High Elves is enjoyable. It's just... not when you are stuck with the most basic of worthless troops.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
High Elven Archmage.
Making camp.
I don't know, am I complaining about it too much? I feel like it's necessary.
A reckoning. Led by the winds.
Get some money.
I see the winds.
I guess we'll go with melee attack and charge.
I am Tyrion, champion of the Everqueen.
Okay. It's a good thing I didn't upgrade that settlement.
Restive.
Champion of the Everqueen.
Magic in purest form.
Ready to
She
serve.
got the Nemesis crown.
It is hot here. I am honored.
I truly just don't see any point in recruiting either of those archer units. The Regiment of Renown and maybe a couple of the light archers I'll keep. Those that I currently have that exist in my armies I'll keep, but I'm not recruiting them anymore. If they don't deal damage, they're not worth it. Literally. It's kinda the single purpose I need them to do. And you, I would love to get some replenishment, but apparently these guys want to be fucking assholes. Kinda sensible for a dark elf. Pardon my
Sathuri's servant.
irritating anger. A lot of people say pardon my French when they curse, but as somebody who is half French and knows like 5 French words, cursing is not French, and it doesn't make you French. I don't know where that started from. I don't know why people believe that, but it's just being vulgar. Outpost. Yeah, we're fine there. Alright. Just chill out here.
Archmage.
I'm gonna get those sisters. Oh yeah, you're moving back to the capital as well.
I am Tyrion, champion of the Everqueen.
And you're deteriorating? Why? Okay, I feel like diplomacy is worse. Why is every single relation deteriorating? But for no reason. You know? Like, if I'm suffering negative reliability or negative diplomacy or whatever it is, like, if relations are decreasing for a purpose, if it's because of a war, if it's because of a treaty, if it's because of, something, a reason, then it's because of a reason. But it's just strategic threat. I'm glad that you changed your mind, woman, because I was about to fucking rip your ass a new one. I know she's my wife, but still. I mean, she might enjoy it. Alright.
Can I offer assistance?
We're about to find out.
Protector of the Everqueen. Very well.
You, for some reason, decided to land. If I auto-resolve this, how much is it going to massacre of my troops? Alright, so this is what? 3 stacks and a garrison versus a single Dark Elf army. Auto-resolve, I lose 1,000. And that's the biggest difference for auto-resolve as well. And it's why Dark Elves have a lot of strength in auto-resolve. It's also why the Ulthuan Island tends to fall in campaigns and gets taken over by Dark Elves. If you look, the balance of power, because it's a weak ranged unit, doesn't grant them much benefit. Sisters of Avalorn are by far 10 times better than this unit, and it granted them the exact same, essentially, damage. Dark Shards, Shades, that is a bias auto-resolve.
I bring Azurion's fire.
I second this.
Come on, get in the water.
Ancestors be praised.
There we go.
Ever vigilant.
High Elven Archmage. There I must go.
Let's see what this looks
Following
like.
your orders.
Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, the Sea Guard are the only thing that I would be keeping in his army, though. War Lions, maybe, but eventually I'd like to swap them out for Dragon Princes. This entire army dies. Wow. Really? Including the Lord. Everyone dies. And everyone except Alistair dies. What is the balance of power? How is this still so broken? Do you have a tier 5 settlement? You have to. Otherwise you can't recruit Blackguard. They already have a tier 5 settlement? I'm running through a few scenarios in my head. Also, they are in force march, thankfully. Or one of them is anyway. I don't know if both of them are. So I'm losing everything. The biggest loss, essentially, is going to be the amount of turns it's going to take to recruit. It's not even going to be not even the Lord, frankly. It's a level 1 Lord, but still.
I lust for
I feel like this
battle.
is going to be a very irritating campaign.
Release them. Order must be maintained. How can I assist you?
Income is looking great, though.
Sailing on.
And I never knew that Alistair could ride an eagle. Okay. I was gonna get him upkeep, but, you know, that's not needed anymore.
Servant of the king. Tyrion,
Alright,
heir
well-
of an Aryan.
Dark Elves should be in a great position for my cousins to push north. Hopefully they'll
Yes, sir.
capitalize on that. And what would I like? Yeah. I guess we'll start there. That actually has a debuff. Yeah. Speed and melee defense against flying units. This... Actually, I don't know if I want to get that. It's really good passive, but none of the spells from Heavens actually attack or even affect flying units. Like, there are some spells like Tempest and whatnot from the lore of High Magic that do actually directly affect flying units, which would be great. You know, you'd be able to stick them, slow them down in combat. This would slow them even more. It would take away their melee defense while they're getting bombarded from the High Magic. They'd be even weaker, taking damage, and then you could send in, you know, a low-level Lord or something and absolutely murder someone that's a lot stronger. But if it's just this passive by itself, like, you have to cast a spell in order to gain the effects of this passive. But there's nothing to capitalize on it. You know? Does anyone know what I'm saying? Like, there's no ability to capitalize on a debuffed flying unit, because nothing can go after flying. I mean, the speed, maybe, just so that they get shot with more arrows on the approach, but that's it. I don't know. Not good.
The vortex calls.
Trained by the White Tower. I know my destination.
Asor sorcerer. I will study here.
There we go. That's gonna be Tyrion's army.
The greater good
That's
has triumphed.
Calidor. Okay, that's fine to upgrade Grace. Check out that settlement. It is on the coastline, a little bit close. Hopefully it won't come under attack. Don't need to upgrade my outposts.
Traditions make us strong.
We'll see what happens with that final army. Of course, they want to land. Where the fuck are my isles? Like, what y'all doing? I shouldn't
Now
have
that you
counted
are
on
here,
them to do
I
anything
will
to
hear
begin
your
with.
words.
What do you want? Join a war? Be useful. Alright, we're just gonna take some public order. If I were to read that, I probably would have chosen something else. Yay, mission successful, I got money because my armies got destroyed. This shit.
Pull back.
No, still on. Alright. Why are you different turns? Moondragon is more defensive. Kind of going with the whole fire thing, I guess, from the fiery sword and the fire phoenix. What can you recruit? Actually, you can recruit in one turn. Let's do that. And let's do... Just had to double check I couldn't build any buildings before I spend all of my money. I think one of these is really good against single entities, is it? Oh, well, that is helpful. I doubt I'm gonna have 3 turns, though. Probably won't even get 2. This guy's probably gonna siege me next turn.
predict failure.
Chosen of Isha.
Defender of the Ever Queen.
Let's
I
see if
live
that does
to
anything.
serve my queen.
I'm really debating on how much I'm trying to invest in that and not invest in it.
Until next
Tyrion, get moving. That's not Tyrion, that's Alistair. Hey, look who decided to recruit a second army. There's also Cathayan troops in there? Max, that's top tier Cathayan troops. Lizardmen are just tough to fight because they're lizardmen. And then there's dragon ogres. What the fuck is this army and why did it spawn here?
Gifted advisor.
I was gonna try to rotate those out, but whatever. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna be able to survive this or not. Because Marathi is also moving in from the left, it looks like. Close victory. What is happening? Okay. Sure. Thanks, Alariel. elves is how I feel right now. Yeah, ignore the power games. Retainer of power. No games, no games.
Master of high magic.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown.
Faction destroyed, yeah. Nothing but dark elves over here as well.
This will fail. No.
What are these lords doing to get so fucking high in level? That's not even their legendary lord. That's level 31.
No.
Their legendary lord is 21. What are you on?
What is this?
What drugs are you fucking smoking, bitch? You're 10 levels higher than your main faction's lord. Even that lord is higher in level. They were 23.
No.
What happened to Marathi, girl?
Words are nothing.
What you been spending your... That's probably a loaded question. She spends her time doing a lot of stuff. But still, they're probably going to sail into this coast. I don't know. I feel like this campaign is honestly over. Just, I mean, like if it was just one of these factions, I would be able to fight them back and go back and forth and whatnot, essentially while my allies convert the rest of it. But just because I don't own some of these settlements, I don't know, maybe like to declare war or something on them earlier
Master
game.
of magic.
I don't know if that's the way to win with Tyrion. And Tyrion is suggested to be a starting faction. I don't know who the hell would want to start in this situation. Like, it's nice to start on the donut, but I mean, just having enemies constantly invade from everywhere, and they invade in that intensity, like, the player just doesn't have the economy to match it. And that's
Protector of the Everqueen.
That's always been the case in this game. I don't know, I feel like little changes need to be
Servant
made,
of
you
the
know?
King.
Okay. I thought over the end turn there was a different unknown or mysterious location, but it was not. So,
Shield against the
recruiting with that,
Asur
you're
priests
moving
travel.
very slowly. You guys are trying to defend there.
No. For the
And then we've got
vortex.
this also to deal with. Like, this army is gonna be a fucking nightmare to fight. I'm guessing this is gonna be 90% melee army. And it's...
Ulthuan's Archmage. High magic.
You know, I'm just, I just don't understand how it makes sense.
What do you wish to discuss?
I swear to God, if you declare war on me, okay. I was about to end the game right there. Not even lying, I was literally just gonna stop the recording and end the campaign. Start a new campaign right there, just be like, alright, well, that's the end of that, guys. It has also been 50 minutes of pain, so this recording is over by once I get back to my turn. Let me know if you guys would like to see an Eltharion campaign. Like I said, I actually have a lot of fun with that one.
Respect due to an envoy, nothing more.
What are you doing? Guess we get to see what the army looks like. Oh look, it is indeed a full melee stack. Alright, so let me know if you guys want to see Eltharion campaign. I might struggle with this for a little bit longer, but at most, this campaign has only gotten 3 views per video, so it doesn't seem like it's very intriguing to any of you. And that roaring is going to be very loud and annoying, so I'm going to go ahead and click this button so I don't have to listen to it. But yeah, campaign hasn't been doing very well for views and whatnot, so if this is something you guys want to see, you gotta comment it, otherwise I'm doing something else, because I play the game for my enjoyment, and I upload it for, you know, to share in the enjoyment, or in the struggling and pain currently in this episode. But, yeah, so, if you guys want to see more High Elves, comment High Elves. It'll likely be Altharion, and he starts over in the Badlands, so that'll be a different campaign, essentially. I don't know. Sorry for being cranky, I guess, but that's just, you know, this campaign has not gone my way. That's all it is, and sometimes that's just what happens in this game. RNG. Anyway, until next time, folks, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.